Hey guys, welcome back to Youll Cocktails. This week's drink of the week is the whiskey sour. Alright, so the whiskey sour is more of a style of cocktail. Again, like the old fashioned we did last week, it's more of a style of cocktail than a drink on its own. Okay? So, think drinks like the margarita, cosmopolitan, even the daiquiri, which we did in episode 1, are all considered sour. They fall under that category. We first saw a whiskey sour recipe. It's a very, very classic recipe in Jerry Thomas's Bartender's Guide, How to Mix Drinks. This was 154 years ago in 1862 here in the United States. Of course, the British, they had substituted gin and brandy for the sour, but Americans were more fond of the more accessible and native whiskey. So, here's what you'll need for the whiskey sour. Some lemon juice, freshly squeezed. I always recommend freshly squeezed. Some simple syrup. Our bourbon. Today we're going to be using Bullet. And egg whites, which are optional. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. So first, we're going to start with our citrus, our citric component, our lemon juice. I always recommend starting with the lemon juice, your cheapest ingredients, just in case you mess up. You wouldn't want to waste your spirit, your liquor, you know. Trust me, it happens to the best of us. It's a good habit to get into. So we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce, or 20 milliliters of lemon juice. Then to balance that tart, we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, our rich simple syrup, or 20 milliliters. Okay, this is our sour base, our bourbon. So we're going to do 2 ounces or 60 mils. This is our base spirit. Excellent. In our other tin, we're going to place our egg whites. So you can separate the egg whites fresh. That's great too. But I like to really put it in a squirt bottle. So if you find a nice squirt bottle, just like this one, see it has an aperture right there. Just kind of cut the top so the egg whites can slide through. You squeeze and you can feel the egg whites being forced out of the drink, out onto into the shaker. So just once you squeeze the bottle, you can feel the egg whites. You know, typically when you crack an egg, you crack one egg white, but this is great too because there's multiple egg whites, about 10 egg whites or so in a squirt bottle, and you can just feel it come out of the shaker. We're gonna go into a technique that we call a dry shake. So we shake without ice just to really emulsify the egg whites with the rest of the ingredients, the components, okay? There you go. You get it really shaken up. There you go, because those egg proteins won't go down without a fight, you know? So now we have a nice frothy cocktail ready to go. And now we're ready to shake. We're going to wet shake now. We had done a dry shake, now we're doing a wet shake. So you shake it with ice, and we're going to wet shake. So we dry shook to emulsify, to really keep the egg whites together. And now we're going to wet shake to properly create even more froth, and then properly dilute and chill the cocktail, okay? Properly seal your shaker. There you have it. So then you break your seal. We've had our coupe glass or martini glass. We're going to be serving this whiskey sour up in a coupe glass. Traditionally, it fluctuates really, and it's more contemporary for it to be served up. But classically, as we saw with Jerry Thomas' recipe, it's served on the rocks in it's a short glass. We're gonna fine strain this cocktail because we don't want the ice chip. When we shake, we create ice chips. And we don't want those ice chips to interfere or really mess with that froth of the egg white. Okay, so we're gonna double strain right here. All right, and we just lightly tap our strainer just to really get that going. Perfect. I also recommend, because of our garnish, you keep the strainer on the outside rim. Don't let the bubbles form in the middle of the cocktail. You'll see why in just a second. All right. Then we're all set with that. We'll put our shaker to the side, and then we're ready to garnish. All right, so now we're gonna garnish. I gave you guys this cool shot so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So we're gonna grab our Angostura bitters, and then we're gonna lightly drop it in a triangle shape. So we're gonna do 3 dots of Angostura. This is more of a contemporary garnish, it's more modern, because traditionally a whiskey sour is garnished with an orange peel and a cherry. But as generations pass, this is more of a modern garnish with the Angostura bitters. It really adds nice aromatic value to the top of the cocktail, and it just looks nice with the egg froth because the Angostura bitters float on that froth. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop an Angostura right there. 1, 2, and 3. So once you drop the 3, we're gonna grab a stirrer, just like this, or a small straw, or a bamboo skewer could work just as fine. You're gonna grab from this dot, and then you're gonna swirl around. You're gonna swirl it just like this. Swirl in a circular motion. All right, and that creates our Angostura swirl. That is the garnish for this whiskey sour. There you have it, guys, the whiskey sour. Beautifully balanced cocktail with the golden ratio, as we talked about the daiquiri, 2 parts spirit to 1 part tart to 1 part sweet. We have the simple syrup right there, very rich, complementing the lemon juice, which is very tart, and then the bourbon, of course, center stage. So, that being said, let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, definitely. It's just such a beautiful cocktail, very balanced, extremely refreshing. Again, the classic recipe. You can do this either or, on the rocks or served up just like this. But either way, it's just a fantastic recipe. Again, a sour style cocktail. It creates for a very nice classic drink. Okay? So again, thanks guys for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, this is You Mix Cocktails, helping you mix better cocktails. Cheers.